nation?
Yeah, in the nation.
And we're live.
Hey, Coach Hanzo, welcome to New York.
It's great to be here, Coach.
Yep, absolutely. Another college hockey night here at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Welcome to Coach's Corner. We're buzzing tonight. We feel good.
We are, yeah. We're on top of things after that 6-hour bus ride, right?
Yep. Yeah. A little bit of logistics getting into the parking lot here. Just another day.
You don't want to bring that up.
You know how.
That's just not what we want to talk about.
The fans need the inside look. We need to bring a 24/7 crew with us.
Kind of like a day in the life.
Day in the life of IUP hockey behind the scenes.
No editing.
No editing.
Raw.
You'll hear Coach Hanzo say, "Dang it," and "Gosh darn it."
Yeah.
So what do we have tonight here, Coach?
All right, so we're visiting Oswego State, currently ranked number 17 in the nation.
Yeah, I think that's what the bill with a
good hockey program, playing in their barn, and as you folks will see tonight, it's a tremendous arena, one of the nicest ones we played in this year. This is going to be a no-nonsense game for us. You know, it's going to be physical. We're going to have to come out of the gate pretty hard tonight. After a long bus ride, we're going to have to be ready the first 7 minutes, Coach. Talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. When we talked about it early in the fall semester, the schedule of what we wanted to, the teams we wanted to compete against and how we wanted to do it. For us, am I not talking quiet enough? Loud enough? For us, these are the types of teams we'll see at nationals. Delaware last week, Oswego this week. Rhode Island a little bit later in the month of February, I think right around Valentine's Day. So you got to play. You got to play at the Nationals kind of tournament tempo. Play to the whistle, stop on the whistle, and I really think that's a part of the game that after some accountability discussions there this week. I think we're going to have ourselves under control and just play to the whistle and not have to battle through 6 or 7 consecutive penalties there in the second period.
Yeah, I think that's the key tonight. We want to play on the edge, but we want to play whistle to whistle. We want to play on that line, not over it, not under it. Coach, we're missing some players tonight. I mean, we're not going to no excuses. It's next man up mentality here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're missing some critical ingredients of our championship stew. First, Richie, who has just been a consummate everything for us. He's killing penalties, he's scoring for us, he's generating momentum, he's being physical when we need to be physical, and most importantly, he's very responsibly in a defensive end. So he's a little banged up. He's on the shelf tonight. Caleb Hoffman, who is an incoming first-year player, who's really brought a lot of energy. He's on the shelf with a health bomb as well. Jace Rurik is out just, from the officiating, receiving a disqualification penalty last week, so he'll be down tonight. Who else am I missing then?
We're missing Braden Landgraf
as well. Landgraf still on a health bomb with the broken foot.
Lower body
injury. You'll see that he's in a cast. There's no mystery on what the problem is. But we miss Land. We miss all those guys.
And we're also missing Moose.
Moose is also ill. Too many to kind of should have made a list.
Yeah.
But back to your point, we prepare with depth and a lot of just wave of player after player. And although every player brings something to the table, when they're absent from that chair, someone's eager to fill it and do the same or a different style of job. So. And that's what we have tonight. You take a look at Nathan Mio. He's a guy that can score. He's also a guy that can log some fourth line energies. He'll kill some penalties for us tonight. And we're looking for him to really step out of the shadows and into the spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking for our depth to help us out tonight. We had a good weekend last weekend in Delaware. We jumped into rankings a bit as well.
Yep.
Coach, but I know our fans are wondering, where the heck is Oswego, New York at? You want to give us a little geography lesson?
You know what? I don't. I would say if you look at a map and find the coldest spot near Lake Ontario
with the most snow.
Right. And that's Oswego. It's a world away from Indiana, Pennsylvania, and there's a heck of a lot of snow here. To say there's a lot of snow is an understatement. There's a lot of snow here.
Yeah. So, folks, I think the keys to tonight's game is watch the start. The first 7 minutes are really important for us. We've got to come out and establish our forward check that we had last week at Delaware on our first game of that series as well. So the key to us is, getting our legs under us. It's a long bus ride. We're not kidding each other. So we got to be ready to go.
All right, Coach, let's watch the warm-ups here.
All right.
Good evening from Oswego, New York. I'm Alex Donaldson. Alongside me, Josh Yates. And in front of us, on tap, a match between the IUP Crimson Hawks and the Oswego State Lakers. Josh, what are your thoughts heading into this high-powered matchup in the ACHA?
Yeah, Alex, it's just that, a high-powered match indeed. Two powerhouse squads at the top of their divisions going at it here on this Friday evening in this beautiful arena. Of course, we'll see if the Crimson Hawks have what it takes to take on this, like you said, powerful squad of the Oswego State Lakers.
Ben DeFiore in net had to make a save early. Already one shot for the Crimson Hawks as they are off to the races. Not only not 20 seconds into the game. Shot from the point, saved by the starting netminder, Nathan Gates. Back there for IUP. In front of him on the blue line, Hambling and Ziemba starting. Then the forward group, Adams, Malloy, and Johnston as they go off for a line change after the clear.
Now, like you said, it's Ben DeFiore of the Oswego State Lakers. Sophomore, number 30, goaltending for them tonight. Formerly played for the Bay State Bobcats of the NA3HL, as well as the Idaho Falls Spud Kings and the Vernal Oilers of the USPHL for the last couple seasons. But here he has typically been the backup man, of course, behind Thomas McClear, the senior goaltender for the Lakers. But tonight, he's starting between the pipes in this Friday night game.
Face-off won by the Lakers, cleared as far as Fairman, but he keeps it in from the left wing position. A backhander on is stopped on a weird angle shot by Hunter Fairman. As we see him move up to the forward group, and the Crimson Hawks with some different line changes this evening. We'll get into a couple of the absences later on in the broadcast, but as the coach has mentioned before in Coach's Corner, IUP without some core members against a ranked opponent. Number 19 has this one out of the zone into the Oswego end. Miller chasing this one as he rides Cardi into the boards. Collision there. He gets it off to Jubran. Tries to push it up the wing. Loza with a beautiful stick tie up. Miller into the middle and it deflects into the net. IUP with a 1-0 lead after Shane Miller's pass deflected in off the netminder's stick in front.
You see, when a man is hot, he stays hot. Shane Miller, of course, the dynamic offensive leader for this Crimson Hawks team. Sort of been the heartbeat of this offense. That is his 25th point of the season. Of course, not really expecting it to go in, but of course the Hawks are going to love that early jump start on the Lakers. Certainly they're going to have to bring the energy all three periods.
So that pass into the middle, maybe not expecting to turn into a goal, turns into a 1-0 lead early on. A minute and a half into this one, but Gates fending off a shot to the corner. Now IUP controls. The Crimson Hawks doing a great job getting to the rebounds early on in this first period, and now they send it all the way down for London, who's tied up behind the net. Against Jubran, he comes away with the puck, and being Jeffrey Boker as he circles back, couldn't find it. Now London with a backhander trying to send one into the middle, and nobody home. Sticked away. DeVita sends a pass up to Boutine. Boutine does work, but Ziemba knocks him down. A beautiful job playing the edge by the defender to keep him to the outside. Now kept in. Attack still on as Boutine tried to wrap one down, and he does so successfully. It's Matro behind the net. Matro hit on the boards by Kyle Ziemba. Hambling in there as well. It's Boker coming away with the puck, and he looks forward. Stretch pass up ice intended for Matt Rurick, but it goes wide of the target, and it will be an icing as we take a look at some of the IUP absences this evening.
Yeah, you know, sort of at the beginning of the season, we stressed that the Crimson Hawks had this depth up and down the lineup, but of course, like you said, the bench looks a little thin as there are currently 5 guys out for the Crimson Hawks. Braden Landgraf out with an injury. Caleb Hoffman out with an injury. Richard Wild out with an injury. Shane Paremba ill this weekend, and Jace Rurick with a suspension for one night. He'll be back out tomorrow. And while we mentioned that, don't get confused, as 25 is on the back of Spencer Dixon tonight after a jersey malfunction. So 25 is on the ice, but Jace Rurick is not on the ice.
No, he's up here with us, working the camera with us. We certainly express our gratitude as Miola sends a man into the boards. He knocked him off the puck, but Oswego still controls. Got it up to Soy, who will send one back into the zone. And Donovan tried to keep it in. A weird bounce, his glove down, now Keys moves it ahead. Keys has it knocked off his stick. That was Connor Winsky making the defensive play, still on his tail. As he swings one down, intended for Keys, and unsuccessful. Back out, now it's Crawford sending one down. Oswego making a line change. Bench formation, certainly interesting as they're on opposite sides of the ice. You can see Oswego on the near side, IUP on the far side. So that will make things interesting as this one continues. Of course, now a huge hit as Adams sent down to the ice off of a check by Nolan Sullivan, a forward. Now Adams with a second opportunity into the zone, gets around the defender this time. Tried to send one into the middle, was blocked. Good defensive read by Carty. Now looking forward, Sullivan. His attempt went wide, and there it is. Dixon making that move to get it to Adams. Jordan Adams looks to the middle, a bouncing puck. It's handled and sent back to the corner. IUP still controls. Malloy for Johnston's one-timer, and it finds the glove of the netminder, DeFiore.
You know, Alex, a lot of these opportunities that the Lakers have had so far are merely one-on-one opportunities, at least odd man rushes that direction, but it seems like the Crimson Hawks are finding their legs in their own offensive zone, and a lot of hockey games, of course, are won in front of the net and alongside the boards, so Hawks are doing a great job of that so far, and that's why they have the 1-0 lead.
Dixon stayed with that puck to keep it in the neutral zone. Now it's Oswego puck. As at the red line, he retreats and sends it this way to his defensive partner moving up. It's Jubran with a backhand move into the net and a beautiful poke check by Gates to slow the momentum. And from the point, wrapped around. Back on the stick of a forward, Ryan Duran's pass now. All the way back down the ice. It's going to be controlled by DeFiore. He finds a defense in front. They left the pass for one of the defenders coming up, or one of the forwards in transition. Either way, IUP controlled. They get possession back at the blue line, the Lakers do. And it's backhanded around for Ziemba to control the IUP end, getting it to Hambling. He's looking up ice. He has Miller moving into the middle. He's just going to dump it, and it's going to be Shane Miller following this one. Sent back out of the zone. Eric Hambling assessing the play. Moves it immediately back up ice to Loza, who gets it to Ziemba. Cuts inside, takes the shot. It deflected over top. As the defender's stick got in the lane. Along the wall, Salen's moving it. And Boutine with a long pass this way to DeVita. Anthony DeVita. And he's rustled off the puck. Now Matro getting it back out to the point for a one-timer saved by Gates. And the second shot also riding high. I don't think it made it to the goal. Now Maddox Rurick able to stick that one down inside the blue line. Tried to read the bounce off the boards, but instead a turnover sent back to the IUP end.
And we saw that great stop down there by Nathan Gates, like you said, in net for the Crimson Hawks tonight. He's been the reliable backup so far this year behind Shane Paremba, of course. Solid .912 save percentage in the 6 games that he has played. Lone shutout showcases that ability to step up when it matters most, like he did there.
And just like you said, stepping up as he moves laterally to his right. And a reactionary save keeps that one out. The play still alive for the Lakers. Donovan with the poke check behind the net, off the glass, sent into the middle. Boker's stick that got in the way. Now the point, aggressive play by Maddox Rear to get it out of the zone. And in the neutral zone, it's sent back forward. Another opportunity, this time it's Kiefer sending one towards the net. Weird bouncing puck, similar to how we saw the Crimson Hawks score, except it went wide. Now it's Winsky into the offensive end. Connor Winsky into the middle, Miola's shot, and he rides it over the net. Now Connor Winsky bumped off of the puck, and it's moved back forward. The forward takes it. Carty puts on the brakes and sends it this way. Benjamin Kiever up from his defensive position for that shot. snared by Gates.
You know, we saw Miola's head sort of go skyward after that last shot. Of course, an opportunity that he would like to have back. And the stick handling player that he is, of course, he would like to bury that one and advance the score 2-0, but rode a little high and back down for a defensive zone draw for the Crimson Hawks.
And you have to, of course, you're going to hang your head afterwards, but you can't hang it too long. That's the second opportunity the Crimson Hawks have created in the slot. Of course, Johnston's one-timer, of course, earlier in the first period before the first goal got up. Now a bank shot comes off and the net comes off its moorings, as Gates was able to get his pad over and assess the shot in time. Those can be dangerous for goalies.
Yeah, just like you said, of course, a high percentage area in close there, but of course Nathan Gates drug that toe all the way over to the post and stopped that one through. Going back to play.
Jubran at the point after Crimson Hawk was bumped off of the puck. It's sent back to the middle, but it's Winsky with the interception, and he springs Nathan Miola. Off the boards as the forward chases the puck into the zone. It's Jubran behind the net who gets it to his defensive partner. Adams trying to ride him off. Now it's going to, looks like it's going to be Miola. No, stepping up on the play. Great assessment by Deuce to find that puck. Number 28 for the Lakers. And Johnston with a hit along the boards as the puck enters the IUP zone. Jubran has it poked off. And off the boards. Sela fighting for this one. It's going to be Adams that gets the stick on it and finds the red line. Malloy after the turnover. Chase Malloy one-on-one, makes no mistake. Going glove side, forehand shot for Chase Malloy as he gets on the board and extends the IUP lead to 2-0.
We've seen Chase Malloy be that depth scorer throughout the year. He just notched his 12th point in 13 games. We saw that speed show off neutral ice when he beat, of course, the Lakers defenseman to that loose puck. One-on-one, like you said. He's going to bury that almost every time, and the score is now 2-0.
Not even 9 minutes into this first period, IUP with a 2-0 lead over their ranked opponents. Of course, back-to-back weekends, where on paper, Crimson Hawks might be a little bit outranked, but they are proving the naysayers wrong in this first period. Cleared down the ice. The arms are up for an icing, and just barely the puck makes it all the way down for a whistle. It will result in a face-off in the IUP end.
You know, as you mentioned, of course, the Oswego State Lakers, 19th, like you mentioned, currently holding the top spot in their NECHL conference with a record of 14-6-3, coming off a weekend sweep against Canisius University in a home-and-home series. Excuse me. They're certainly feeling good after that weekend sweep. Of course, they're sort of caught off guard here by the Crimson Hawks early.
Of course, Canisius not a pushover team either. Oswego State trying to get back to their winning ways after giving up 2 in the opening 10 minutes of this one. Malloy to the wing, finding Johnston. A beautiful backhand pass to the middle. And instead it was Malloy unable to pull the trigger after a beautiful defensive play tied up his stick. Now he gets it back. He'll deflect it into the zone. DeFiore out to play this one. He'll send it around the net this way. Cross ice. The defensive partner on the other side, and he turned it over as it's sent towards the net off of the stick of Fairman. Now they'll try up the near wing, and it's intercepted and sent in by Ziemba. Couple turnovers in their own end the Lakers have had in this first period. And they try to convert in the offensive end. Moravia with the shot. It was a pad save by Gates as he gets up off the ice.
Yeah, great save by Gates that was. I'm not sure if you saw it, but that puck was fumbling around right on the goal line for a couple seconds before the clear by Kyle Ziemba down low. Of course, like we look at the shot counter now, Oswego leads 9-6. You know, that doesn't seem, of course, reflective of how the game has been played so far. That third line of forwards in Adams, Johnson, and Malloy have created a lot of opportunities in setting up in their own zone. Seems like the Lakers have not done any of that so far.
Yeah, IUP and the opportunities that they have created, of course, they have capitalized early. And at the same time, we can go back to a couple plays that they might have, maybe should have scored on. And they still hold a 2-0 lead.
Right, and we mentioned only 11 forwards tonight for the Crimson Hawks, so we'll see if the 60-minute time clock will be a factor in that, because certainly their legs will be feeling tired after the second and third. But of course they're going to keep the energy up and hope to hold this lead against the Lakers.
Zach Soy finding Fairman on the wing. He pauses the action and gets it to Miller. Tries to spring Loza up the middle. Oh, he couldn't get the backhander off to Soy, who was streaking into the slot. And now a poke check along the wall. And it's going to be Kiever trying to send one up. Fairman forces the turnover and gets a beautiful pass to Loza. Very close quarter type play. And Fairman again trying to step up, but it's Hambling with the poke check. Hambling gets the shot and a block in front as an Oswego Laker immediately goes down to the ice. It's Crawford. He was one of the starters, and he is banged up as the Lakers get a shot the other way. It's fended off. Turnover forced inside the blue line by Miller, who was taken down. I'm sure he was looking for a foul. No dice. Glove saved by Gates down low. Sent back this way. Joubran's pass into the middle, off the boards, another bank shot play, and Gates is there with the right pad. I don't think he faced a shot during that sequence, but was there, and the net came off.
Yeah, you know, of course, like you said, no shots faced, but we saw that opportunity created from behind the net. Certainly a high percentage one at that, but he's doing a great job keeping his guys in, and the Lakers are also doing a great job moving the puck to expose as many angles as they can.
12 shots on the board for the Lakers in this first period. IUP side still reading 6 as it's sent around, and it will be icing against IUP, so they'll have to defend another draw in their zone. And of course, with some tired guys out there after the icing.
Like you said, we'll rewind a little bit. That shot off of Eric Hambling, still on the Oswego bench. Top forward Duncan Crawford still wincing in pain as he blocks that one-timer from the slot. Certainly a heavy shot at that off the stick of Hambling.
Shot coming down, a beautiful blocker save that time by Gates. IUP just playing very smart hockey in the early going with another poke check to the outside. Hambling will clear this one up as far as the blue line, kept in by Joubran. And a whistle will stop play there. Offside against the Lakers will bring this one out of the zone. They're second in this first period. And a much needed change on both sides of the puck as well. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first period. Sent to the far side. He's looking up ice was Kemp. Instead it was poked off. London tried to progress it forward, but I was unsuccessful. And on the delayed offside, IUP just wraps it down. Now into the middle. It's going to be Kemp starting things up and getting it to Anthony DeVita from the slot. Great defensive play by Sela. Stayed on his man. Now wide open. Gets now, and Gates jumps on the rebound. Gets the whistle and the stoppage within the final 7 minutes of the period.
Yeah, like you said, I mentioned it earlier, but the Lakers doing a great job moving the puck all the way across the ice to, again, try and expose as many lanes against the Crimson Hawks. Of course, Nathan Gates is there to stand tall. We saw him with a little play out of the crease to freeze that puck. Otherwise, the Crimson Hawks moving up their zone.
Yeah, very aggressive play from Gates. We don't see that all the time, but not only when he's taking that gamble, he's coming out on top. 6.5 as it's sent into the middle. Now Dixon from the point has his shot blocked. I think that was off the mask of the man in front, that one being Derek Boutine, as he heads to the bench. And moving up ice, the defender, Adam Joubran, sends one around. Now Sullivan. No, Joubran gets back to the puck. So it was intended for Sullivan. Now this one into the slot, again for Sullivan, unsuccessful. Glove down by Gates. Wasn't sure where it was, but he finds it off the pads for another stoppage. Now 15 shots for the Lakers.
Yeah, certainly now it seems like the Lakers have found their offensive stride. Like you said, 15 in the zone. None behind Gates so far. Of course, the Crimson Hawks look to reverse that and send it back down into their own zone.
Well, they don't want to reverse the result standing for Gates, of course, not in the first period. But like you said, and certainly a great point, IUP needs to get something started on offense since that second goal. All yellow jerseys in the IUP zone. 6 minutes in the period. Soy getting it off the wall. It's going to be Gates who motioned to cover it, but he does not. And play continues off the stick of Winsky. And in the neutral zone, fired back into the IUP end. Soy looks up ice, thought about the long pass, instead had a bank off the boards, and Donovan will get it through the zone. Now Jacob Gray played aggressive and got Bird. It's going to be Key stepping up for the shot and send it to the right side of the post. Now this way it comes. Trevor Joubran with the shot, and a poke check in response by Gates will send it out of play.
And see, that's a low percentage shot that, of course, the Crimson Hawks are sort of baiting the Lakers to take. Of course, Gates is going to be able to stop that one almost 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's a good observation in this first period. Now that you pointed out, you can tell as soon as the puck gets out to the point, IUP's letting him take the shot, as you can see there. And like you said, Gates seeing it all the way will take those shots all the time.
And we see, of course, that defensive pair in Hambling and Ziemba. They're doing a great job on those looks of clearing the men out of course, out of the crease so that Gates can see it all the way through.
Hambling
doing a great job at that.
Clearing one off the boards, finding Adams as he gets into the zone, trying to wrap one into the slot, but nobody there. Now a second opportunity, he'll back one to Malloy instead. Final 5 minutes of the first period. And along the far side, a stick battle sent to the middle. Malloy gets it to Adams, who tried to tip it to himself on his way into the net, or at least one of the other forwards in the area. Now they get possession back. Adams one-on-one. He's shut down by the pad. DeFiore stepping up. Certainly a lot of time between the last shot and now, and he was up to the challenge one-on-one against one of IUP's best.
See, and there was a little bit more of that fire that third line has been bringing since the initial puck drop, creating opportunities in their zone. Of course, trying to score some more.
Fairman got a stick on that, so no icing as it enters and goes behind the goal line. Miller, aggressive forecheck, couldn't get to the puck, and a bouncing puck sent to the far side as he has to regroup. Now forward as Sela takes down his man along the boards. Evan Sela also without a stick as he steps up on the play. Saved by the bell, as some would say, as they enter the zone, and another offside against the Lakers.
No, I like that play by Sela. It shows a little bit of the mentality of this Crimson Hawks team. Of course, they're gritty through and through. Loses his stick and has no problem stepping up to defend a man without one.
Well, now he steps up and gets that clear all the way to the Lakers' end. IUP's forecheck has been a little bit more quiet, but they have shown effectiveness in this first period. And so their retreat back into their own zone. Not always safe as Fairman with the interception takes the shot. Rebound buried by Shane Miller, his second of the first period, off of a great neutral zone turnover and an even better finish by 57.
I said it before, and I guess I'll say it again. When you're hot, you are hot. Fairman had the one-on-one opportunity, was unable to bury it, but of course the man Shane Miller was there to follow it up and had almost a wide open net. Buries it and puts the third on the board for the Crimson Hawks, and certainly stunning the Lakers.
With how hard Fairman shot that puck initially, I'm surprised the puck didn't careen off and go all the way back down the ice, but that rebound was teed up perfectly for Shane Miller streaking to the net. Like you said, he remains red hot in this portion of the season. And the point leader for IUP, 2 already in this period and a 3-0 lead. The Crimson Hawks, and that, of course, the most important thing. DeVita sends one down, a stop by Gates, and it'll add to the save percentage of this first period. 18 shots Gates has turned away. Still 3 minutes to go in this period. And an offensive zone faceoff for the Lakers. An aggressive draw formation, and they convert. What a play and what a setup. Keys ended up burying that one, but it was McWilliams off the faceoff who got that immediate shot off, and the rebound for Gates. Put in a really tough position. That's a faceoff formation we don't normally see in college hockey.
Yeah, that was certainly a shocking play at that, a very quick shot. Like you said, Gates was unable to get that spot to make the secondary save. Of course, Jeremy Keys, second leading point scorer for this Lakers squad, marks his 30th point of the season. Of course, shows off his ability to deliver in clutch moments whenever his squad needs it.
Yeah, the top two guys on this Oswego team notching a point on their first goal of the game. It's a 3-1 game in favor of IUP, but some life for the Lakers within the final 3 minutes. Face-off won by the Lakers just barely as Johnston sprawled out to try to get that puck. Failed attempt into the middle. Now goes out to Adams, who tries to find Malloy moving down the right wing. It deflects out of play and into the stands on the near side. As the goal is announced here at Oswego State University, both teams will gather at center ice for another draw. And it feels like, even though the scoreboard is a little bit on IUP's side right now, it feels like momentum is very much in the middle and really is anybody's game.
Yeah, a lot of neutral zone hockey. Of course, these offensive powerhouses clashing. Like you said, it's a little lopsided in the shot department, 19-9 in favor of the Lakers, but the score sits 3-1.
And I think just the volume of shots is what has kept the Lakers in this one. They finally figure out Gates once before the end of the period. It's gloved down. It's going to be a hand pass against Oswego as 30 seconds eclipse from the last whistle.
Yeah, like you said, the Lakers squad, of course, trying to figure out Nathan Gates as he's stopped 18 of 19 so far. And it seems like their only success has come off of those face-off plays and those face-off sets that get the quick shots onto him. Well, we'll see if he stands tall.
Gray in the face-off dot, unable to get that one, and some extra pushing after the draw. Sent into the Oswego end. The puck was on the wrong side of the red line, but no icing against IUP. We continue to play. Now under 2 minutes to go. Poked ahead, a beautiful play by Dixon as he stopped that puck along the boards. And the necessary reminder, Dixon out there wearing number 25, as he normally wears 43. He wears Jace Rierik's jersey in his absence tonight. Shot finds its way through Gates and up into the upper levels of the arena behind the IUP bench. A weird deflection, but it caught iron.
Yeah, we heard the oohs and ahs from the crowd in front of us, like you said. It certainly caught some attention as it caught the post. And the Lakers, again, starting to find some offensive pressure here with only 1:30 to go.
Goalie's favorite noise to hear is that ping off the post, followed by disappointed home fans normally. Of course, that won't dissuade the Lakers. They have had no problem sending the rubber on the net. So the counterattack certainly has to be on the top of IUP's minds in the final minute and a half of this period. Maybe get something going up ice. But of course, 2 of their goals have already come off of turnovers that they forced. So the message in the locker room might very much well be, just go out there and keep doing the same.
Yeah, like you said, we know this Hawks team definitely specializes in the transitional speed and their neutral zone hockey. Like you said, turnovers created 2 of the goals, and like you said, they just have to go out there and keep their foot on the gas and can continue to do some more of the same.
And they'll have the opportunity to do it here finally. The Crimson Hawks getting an offensive zone draw after the clear was gloved and covered by DeFior, excuse me. Zach Soy going to head off the ice ahead of this draw. No, it's going to be Ziemba and Hambling heading off. Soy will stay out there as he enters your screen. Just off screen, Donovan on the left side. The Crimson Hawks unable to get the face-off win in the offensive end. It's been a problem for them in this first period, is getting puck possession in the Lakers zone.
And there were some of those wall battles that I mentioned earlier. Great play by Shane Miller. Of course, he cut off the puck carrier for the Lakers right at that blue line and turned it over.
So IUP with possession, sending one down, a weird bounce right on the money on net. It was sticked down by the defender in front. Now Hambling steps up for the puck, pokes it forward. A skilled play there, a calm play there with his skate and his stick. Now IUP trying to force another turnover. It's Loza poking for this one. Unsuccessful, sent through, moving up his keys. 30 seconds to play in the period, or excuse me, 20. As we look at the Jumbotron in the middle. About 15 seconds, it's wrapped all the way back up into the slot for a quick shot, and it's steered away off of Carter McWilliams. Again, the point leader on this Lakers team, already with a point in this one. Now the turnover with 3 seconds left. Loja tried to put one into the middle, and a whistle will stop play along the left wing.
You know, we heard some of the Crimson Hawks from the bench counting down that number to alert their guys that were streaking down. Of course, how urgently they had to move to get that last shot off, but of course, whistled it dead. 1.9 seconds to go, officially on the clock.
And that can do that sometimes, especially near the end of the period. And the forward just a little too jumpy getting into the zone. So a draw, win by IUP, will be the cherry on top of this great first period. IUP hosting a 3-1 lead on the road. Any thoughts before we exit this first period? I'm getting a shake.
Certainly a stunning performance out there by the Crimson Hawks. Of course, like you said, notching 3 in the first. Like I said earlier, they just have to come back out in the second, keep their foot on the gas, and play some more hockey.
So the teams head to the locker rooms on the near side, and we will be back in 15 minutes for the second period of a high-scoring game already. We'll be back. IUP leads 3-1. are back. Oswego, New York. Battleground between IUP and, of course, Oswego State University. As the two teams switching sides for the second frame of action. IUP jumping out to a 2-0 lead in that first period. Of course, as soon as they got to 3, Oswego fought back and got one of their own. And that is where we sit. A 3-1 game at the start of the second period.
Yeah, like you said, the Crimson Hawks came out of the gate hot and ready to go. They put 3 up against the Lakers, and they look to play a little bit more of the same hockey, winning those 50-50 battles where they can and control the puck. Whoa, puck bounces up here a little bit, out of play.
Yeah, not quite. We are pretty high up here.
We
pretty
are.
high grounds in this very impressive ice facility. Walked in. I think one of the main differences from the other ones that we've been to this season, I'm not overly cold calling this game.
Yeah, it feels a little warm up here. Comfortable for us to, of course, bring this game to you guys.
Very much so.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Yeah, like the coaches said, worlds away from our home in Indiana, Pennsylvania, but IUP still firing on all cylinders as they move up the ice. It's Ziemba fanning on his initial shot attempt. He's going to find Boker behind the net. He's taken down. And Rierick joining the play. Now London into the middle. Gets it to Ziemba for the shot. Glove down. Rebound loose. And sent wide by Rierick.
A smart play there by Ziemba. He saw his man in front. Of course, threw that high shot on. Looking for the tip down low against the goaltender, Ben DiFiore. He's faced 13 shots so far, allowing 3.
Now off the board, sent right into the blue paint. Where Gates will stop it was the clear from the Lakers. And they will get an offensive zone draw. Of course, the yellow jerseys dominated in the face-off circle in the first period. We'll see if that tune changes as they get another face-off win here from the point shot. Sent over the net off an IUP defender in front. Good block shot, but the sent into the middle, another shut down by Gates, who's been stellar so far in this game. Now Johnson trying to move it up. And turned over in the slot, and another save by Gates. That time shutting down the top scorer, Carter McWilliams, looking for goal number 12 on the season. And the net comes off its moorings again.
Yeah, great play there by Gates. Of course, he stopped that first initial play, but of course, strong play there by Spencer Johnson. Clear the man out of the way as that puck was dancing in the blue paint. Of course, a scary sight for us up here as well as the coaching staff for the Crimson Hawks.
And since it was a Laker that sent the net off its moorings, it was a neutral zone draw won by IUP. A bounce pass sent into the middle, intended for Johnston. And another streaking left winger as Malloy was also dangerous in the area, but it's covered up. DiFiore.
Like you said earlier, this Crimson Hawks team, has to do a better job in the face-off dot. Like you said, they dominated that first period, the Lakers, that is. Of course, it created their one scoring opportunity. Well, they had multiple opportunities, I shouldn't say that, but their one goal at that. I'm going to look to replicate that, of course, on every face-off.
Dixon gets his man against the boards and makes another play, this time against the captain of the opposition, Ryan Durant. Still gets the pass off. Now it's sent up to Kiever. Sends one wide of Gates. Now stepping up on the play, making a move around with Joubran. And he's unable to glove that down as it's cleared out of the zone. Doesn't have enough steam. The referees say it does. 2 minutes in, another icing against IUP. We'll keep an eye on the Lakers bench and see who comes on or off. Of course, we saw one of their top defenders in the shot blocking department, one being Duncan Crawford, went down after blocking a shot from Hambling. Nobody there to block that one, though. Sent across and in the slot. Ending on the board, McWilliams finds the back of the net. And this first line for the Lakers, converting now with 2 goals in this game.
Yeah, just like you said, the first goal, Jeremy Keys, who was the second highest scorer for the Lakers, excuse me. And of course it was Carter McWilliams, the top scorer for the Lakers, that buried that one. Like we said earlier, they're just dominating that face-off dot. And of course that set face-off play helped score their first one and their second one.
So the quick play off the draw, responsible for cutting this one to a 1-goal game. As he moves up and sends it this way. Another opportunity, and he roofs it. McWilliams ties the game off the rush. And on the right wing, finds it over the right shoulder of Nathan Gates.
And what a shift for Carter McWilliams it was. Of course, he scored twice in the same shift and kept that momentum from the last goal, push it back down there, and he was all alone. Picked his spot behind Gates, and he hit it, and now the score all knotted up at 3.
Looking at it, it was only 13 seconds of game time since the draw and 2 goals since. So IUP staring down the barrel of a tied game, trying to move it up ice. It's sent back to Ziemba. He finds his defensive partner in Hambling. Eric Hambling on the backhand, tried to put it on the forehand for the shot. It's unsuccessful, and it's blocked. As it comes all the way out to Ziemba at the point. He struggles to keep it in, but he does. On the bouncing puck. Kept in, now Rierick stepping up for the shot in transition. As the netminder had to be ready for that one, and he was. Now the other way play comes. And around the net, stripped by Donovan. And Rierick will just bounce one through the neutral zone, and he'll settle before the blue line.
We saw a great defensive play down there behind the net by Sean Donovan. We know he's that sort of stay-at-home defenseman, although he buried one last weekend. He does a great job defending, and he showed off his stick skills there as well.
He's looking for another one there as Donovan shot up into the blocker of DeFiore, was sent out of play. A tie game where Oswego leading 24-14 in the shot department. IUP needs to get a little bit more on the net. Now they have certainly had some opportunities in this second period, but 2 quick goals has changed the tides of the momentum.
And it seems like the Lakers were giving the Hawks a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. Very aggressive on that forecheck, trying to create those turnovers, which of course resulted in 2 goals for the Hawks, and they're looking to do a little bit of the same.
Soy's puck was able to get out of play, but a turnover here inside and in the slot. A great poke check by Malloy to disarm that play. And the Lakers on the attack again, and the stick will be responsible. The stick of Gates responsible for the deflection out of play this time. The defensive zone draw for IUP.
Like I said in the first, these are some of the shots that Crimson Hawks, of course, want the Lakers to take. Those shots from up above the face-off circle. And in those corners, they're easier for Gates to find and locate, as he did that one.
So the face-off dot goes centerman Andrew Carty. A very aggressive formation. This is similar to what the Lakers scored off in their first goal of the game. The formation very similar to this. If Carty can get the face-off here, he's looking to find his point man going for 3. Instead, it was an IUP win. Now a struggle for possession. Behind the net, Dixon slowed down momentum, but it's McWilliams getting it out to the point. A great pass to find his defenseman out front. And it's a flex out of play after the shot from Kyle Gilbert.
And I think part of the Lakers' game plan here, noticing that the bench of the Crimson Hawks is a little thin, they're trying to spread these guys out, use as much ice as possible, try and get them to chase in the corners. Of course, the Crimson Hawks not doing so. Another face-off play there for a quick shot.
Williams, of course, man taking advantage of that face-off from the dot, and now inside somehow Gates got his stick in front of that to keep it out. Deflects wide, physical play in front, and the man goes down. Now at the point. McWilliams sends one wide of the net. The bank shot unsuccessful. Nobody there. McWilliams will get it back at the red line and backhand one to Hambling in the IUP end.
A lot of focus down there by Gates as he swatted that puck free as it was bouncing right in front of him with a lot of sticks for the Lakers in front. saw it all the way through and swatted it out.
An opportunity there for IUP, just couldn't get the timing right on the movement up ice. Fairman tried to send one cross ice. It was deflected back, and a whistle will stop play. Could this be offside against the Lakers? And I believe that is the case.
Yeah, it looks like the man, Bailey Doust, a little confused of that call. But, of course, we'll make the call, and we'll see a offensive zone draw here for the Crimson Hawks. Jeffrey Boker taking that draw.
Now in the dot, IUP with the face-off win. Donovan at the point gets it to London. Off the left wing, transitioning right. Trent London finds Soy at the point. Now back for London. He's tied up and cleared out of the zone off of the stick of the forward Trevor Joubran. Off the boards, it comes to Douse for the shot. It's blocked in front by Donovan, and he's able to find London, who tried to get the wheels churning up ice. Unsuccessful. Maddox Rick with a nice play in the neutral zone to cause some disruption. Unlike in the first period, Oswego getting back to those turnovers before they get out of hand.
Well, the Lakers had a 3-on-2 opportunity moving that direction. Well, it was Carter McWilliams that was tripped up by the blue line is what it looked like, and of course that push was snuffed.
Yeah, another offsides against IUP. You can definitely tell that the Lakers have tried to bulk up that blue line, not letting any possession pass. So IUP needs to take advantage of their opportunities when they get them, and Adams will send one around the net. IUP can't control just yet. Adams unable to keep it in. A 50-50 battle won by the Lakers. And Matra send it all the way down. Matra back to collect it. Instead, it's going to be Boutine trying to find his man at the point, and it comes all the way out to Joubran. Sent this way, and Cardi will send it to the opposite corner of the ice. Jamba up for Malloy. Finds Johnston moving across the red line. IUP on sides. A huge hit nearly took Johnston out of play, but instead opens up a man in front. Malloy sent it over top of the net. Hambling with a nice behind-the-back pass, but nobody home to receive it. Sent it into the middle. Another defensive, or good play by the stick of Chase Malloy. That time in the defensive zone. And behind the net, Hambling with a poke. Puck still loose. Eric Hambling still doing work behind the net, and he's able to find Malloy off of the net from the pass.
We see a little bit more of those 50-50 battles that I mentioned. Of course, Eric Hambling being a strong supporter of that, as puck is still alive. It was in the glove of Gates for quite a while, but was not whistled down.
Yeah, I think that's what he was waiting for, was a whistle from the referees. Of course, instead IUP played it, and the puck controlled by either team since. It's going to be Oswego State on the far side. Moravia stripped at the blue line. Loza in the area for the tie-up. And a slash called against IUP. They will head to the PPC penalty kill in just a few short moments, but looks like Loza guilty of a slash.
Yeah, like you said, the first penalty called of the night, Matthew Loza guilty, but we saw, of course, a lot of whistles in last weekend's set against the Delaware Blue Hens. Crimson Hawks were shorthanded 13 times in just 2 games for a total of 17 minutes and 51 seconds shorthanded. So, of course, they're no stranger to that. Of course, they look to replicate it again here.
Plenty of time on the penalty kill last week. Let's see if that does indeed translate into this game. Sent as far as Boker. He's able to just get it out of the zone. He fanned on the complete clear attempt. Rarick got his skate in there. Now he tries to send his man to the outside, and that's where he'll play with it in the corner. Joubran back out to the point and sent into the middle. Durant this way, stepping up for the shot. Sent it wide was Cardi. The rebound loose in front, assessed perfectly. And the Crimson Hawks unable to get out of the zone. Carty kept it in, looking for the shot again. Found the glove of Gates in the rebound, controlled by the Lakers. Sent to the left wing, back out to the point. Answers options, takes the shot, finds the glove of Gates. For stoppage of play, just about halfway through Loza's slashing penalty.
Yeah, a lot of hustle shown by that first unit. Of course, two team leaders in blocked shots, Sean Donovan and Jeffrey Boker out there in that first unit. And second unit we see out here now being Spencer Johnston, Hunter Fairman, Kyle Ziemba, and Eric Hamlin.
Cleared all the way down by Kyle Ziemba. Bounces over the stick of DeFiore, and it's Hunter Fairman with a head of steam moving into the zone and laying a huge hit in the corner as the puck still progressed up ice. Poke to the outside is Matro. He controls possession and ends up on the seat of his pants. A whistle will stop play. We'll see where this draw ends up. And a man fell down on his way to the net, but there wasn't a stick involved in the collision, and some discussion headed the straw. It's going to be a neutral zone draw, and the referees see that the net actually came off in the process.
And I think that defensive play by Eric Hamlin down low, of course, jarred the puck loose, and it jarred a man loose as well. Ran into the post and knocked it off. But otherwise, we're back to play.
Cutting to the middle, sending it this way, and now back across the ice with the pass, unsuccessful by Keys. And now it's Laravia giving it off. Hoffey on the far side, the call made by the linesman all the way out at center ice. And the Crimson Hawks will head to the 5-on-3 PPC penalty kill for only 20 seconds after Hunter Fairman guilty of a trip.
I believe it's actually going to be Kyle Ziemba. As the Crimson Hawks bench a little confused at that call, but like you said, 19 seconds of 5-on-3. Certainly no stranger to that as well. Lots of 5-on-3 time in that series last weekend against the Blue Hens. So we'll try and kill that here and then kill off the remaining minor from Kyle Ziemba.
Moving into the slot, wide open for the shot and an even better save. Moving across, spread eagle. As Nathan Gates to shut it down with the left pad.
Yeah, we had the perfect angle up here. Of course, he had that split save. His left pad stopped it all the way through and looked like a lot of open net from the shooter, but of course Nathan Gates there to deny.
Now moving with it at the point, Carty gets it off his partner, back sent into the middle, and a bouncing puck. Somehow Gates stayed in front of it. Of course, you have to attribute it to his huge frame, but his positioning has been on the money on this penalty kill as the Crimson Hawks kill off one and head to the 5-on-4. Only a minute 20 on the PPC penalty kill as they keep it around the outside. Carty's shot finds its way past through traffic. Oswego State University moving ahead 4-3 the score on a power play goal by Andrew Carty.
Well, like you said, Carty the man to find that back corner. Gates was doing a tremendous job throughout the entirety of that first penalty, but was unable to see that with the screen in front. Advances the score 4-3 in favor of the Lakers.
Well, the good news for IUP, that will essentially kill off the second minor. But again, the Crimson Hawks had a 3-0 lead at the latter stages of the first period. Down 4-3 now, getting aggressive in the offensive end. The pass to the middle was unsuccessful. And Gilbert will move it up ice. Huge hit by London in the process. Now Crawford back out there after that shot block in the first period, sending it off the boards. And it's Hambling moving to the corner. The man goes into the boards, untouched. London tried to direct one into the middle of play. Instead, it stays along the boards. Now Boker with a stick check there. Just inside the blue line. It stays in the IUP end, and so the shot, the rebound, still alive. Coming around this way. Finds Gilbert stepping up on the play. Sends one down. It's blocked by Rarick. Rarick has to beat out one man if he wants a good shot. Instead, he'll fire one in just inside the blue line. And the tired forwards who have been out there for an extended period of time get an offensive zone draw out of it at least.
You know, like you said, a long shift for that second grouping of forwards, and a smart play from Maddox Rarick at that. He was looking for that rebounded shot off the pads. We saw Trent London, his partner, streaking down the middle of the ice, looking for him to collect that rebound and, of course, bury it, but it was DiFiore that said no.
Now back out to Donovan at the IUP blue line, then at the Oswego blue line. It was, Fairman sending it all the way down. IUP still trying to get some possession in the offensive zone, but it's DeVita along the left wing, sending it to the middle. This way it comes, and Matra will send it the rest of the way for Soy. Miller deflects one into the middle, able to find Fairman off the pass from Donovan. And DiFiore behind the net, clears one all the way up to IUP 71. Donovan's shot blockered away. Moving with it, Joubran. And Trevor Joubran able to clear the zone and get it to the IUP end. Fairman with the deflection to get it to the offensive end, and now it's Jacob Gray goes for the reverse hit, and the puck's still loose. Gray gets it back, try to fire one off the boards, but nobody there. Oswego puck as it's sent across the red line into the IUP end. Let's see if it's deflected. Referees say it does not. So, as Spencer Dixon collects this puck, it'll be an offensive zone draw for IUP. The Crimson Hawks will make a line change.
It was a great job by that fourth line of forwards, Miola, Winsky, and Gray. Great job of staying aggressive on that forecheck. Of course, creating that dump in, and they got the offensive zone draw.
Of course, it was Gray along the boards in the last shift that kept it alive, and now behind the net, it's Miola getting a short pass off, finding Winsky, and it just went between his legs. He couldn't pull the trigger. Now sent this way along the wing, and now to the far side, it's Keys. Kept it to himself, and he finds his defense joining the play. It's a flex off an IUP forward, but it stays in play. Able to dance around one man. It was, I don't know if it was blocked in front by Ziemba or Gates got a piece of it. Either way, no harm against IUP on that last shot. So 3 goals already for the Lakers this period. They move it up ice off the glass in a 1-goal game. Loy trying to backhand one to the blue line. A low hit along the Oswego bench. I don't know if you saw it at the bottom of your screen. We play on. Donovan kept it in at the blue line. Trying to find Loy, who was on the move. Said it was kept in by Soy at the point, and he gets this one behind the net. I think a major difference from the first period. IUP had bodies behind the net to receive those pucks. This period, not so much. A lot of the work has stayed in front of the netminder, and the defense has made adjustments accordingly. Donovan sends one down, trying to deflect it was Adams. Instead, he gets back to the puck. Soy able to track that one down through the air. And a short pass from Malloy to Johnston was snuffed out. Now Adams with a backhander finding its way to the slot. It's going to be covered by DiFiore for another offensive zone faceoff for IUP.
And we finally saw some zone time for the Crimson Hawks, which almost felt like a little bit here. Been a little bit more lax on the forecheck as they were in the first. Of course, in the first, they were creating a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone, A little more laid back here, and of course, they want to get back to that aggressive forecheck, create those turnovers.
Dixon's shot sits behind the net. Of course, it's a Laker to get there first. And Sela with a nice spin move to keep the play alive, and the clear impeded by the referee on the blue line. Now DeVita into the zone, sending one to the middle. And DeVita getting back to this puck. Instead, it was a shot by Matro that was blocked by an IUP forward. And to the corner, cleared all the way down. Icing against IUP. And they'll be back on their heels for this defensive zone draw.
And like you said, it was Jeffrey Boker, the man who's in the mix there to block that shot. I mentioned earlier he is the team leader in block shots at that. Fills the lane really well and plays a great defensive game.
He gets a defensive zone draw that the referees are going to take back. Some upward facing palms by the Lakers after the result of the draw. It's going to result in Boker heading out. And Maddox taking the face off and getting the win in his own end. Watch play, deflected off the referee again. Different one this time. The pass sent this way. London dancing with it at the blue line. Keeps it in the zone. Now will take it out on his own accord. Instead, dump one down, waiting for the forwards to arrive. The hitting has certainly picked up in this period. And now a whistle will catch Oswego with the penalty for it. Heading off the ice, Derek Boutine. And we'll see what the official call is. But I'm sure it was from the hit on London at the blue line.
Yeah, we saw, like you said, the physicality picking up in this one. Boutine, the guilty man. And we'll see for the first time of the night, the PPC power play for the Crimson Hawks. The first unit out there, Hunter Fairman, Matthew Loza, Shane Miller, Chase Malloy, and Jordan Adams.
Officially remaining in the period only 4 minutes and 50 seconds. As this second frame has flown by. A lot less whistles in this period and there's a lot more play up and down the ice. Face off won by the Crimson Hawks. Now it's Fairman at the point, scanning his options. And he'll go down low to, I think that's Malloy in the corner. Yes, Chase Malloy for a lane. He's able to get it to Fairman. He finds Miller and is able to direct it back to Fairman. A beautiful saucer pass over the stick of the defender. The bouncing pass, too hot to handle and cleared all the way down. Fairman will have to retrieve it himself. Nice stop there on the goal line. Behind the back play, trying to get Adams, trying to move it up ice. Now another slow pass, nearly picked off. It's going to be Miller trying to catch up to this one. Malloy will take it instead. Shot from the slot from Loza and Shane Miller. 3 goals already, and he's able to tie this one up on the PPC power play.
Like you said, Shane Miller completes the hat trick. Just here, 4 minutes remaining in the second. 2 of his goals came from rebounds just like that. Of course, right place, right time. Great positioning from 57. Notches his 3rd of the night. And we're all knotted back up at 4.
We finally see that play work out in the Crimson Hawks' favor. Of course, getting that pass into the slot, the low slot shot, and the rebound ensuing is what Miller was able to bury for the 4th goal of the night for IUP, his personal 3rd. That is the reason why he is the top point producer on this IUP team. He just gets streaky like that. Under or just about 4 minutes to play in this second period, and it's a tied game. Now post shot from Trent London that time. Almost caught DiFiore off guard as he takes off his mask. Yes, he took that shot up high, and some disagreements afterwards as well.
We saw that quick wrister off the stick of 67. Of course, sounded like it hit the mask and some of that crossbar as well. Certainly was targeting that close corner and get it, but we'll see the offensive zone draw. It's Spencer Johnson at the dot.
You know, London, with the frame that he has, doesn't always have the space on the ice to be able to pull off that shot. He took full advantage of it with a good opportunity there. Kept in at the line, a great play by Ziemba to do so. As it keeps the offensive drive alive. Hambling also doing his part along the blue line. Finally, it comes out to the neutral zone. Pressed forward by DeVita. He takes a shot, patted down by Gates. The whistle came in a little bit early, and Johnston with a hit after the play. Looks like the linesman having none of that. And IUP will head back to the PPC penalty kill.
And we know Spencer Johnston has that physical edge. Or it's just a little late behind the whistle on that one. Like you said, we're back on the PPC penalty kill. And we'll see what that first unit is, and we'll wait for the official call.
Oswego tonight, 1 for 2 on their opportunities. Of course, both of them coming in succession. And so it'll be 2 minutes, 5-on-4 action as soon as the discussion ceases in front of the scorer's table, I should say. Officially remaining in the period 3:25 as we approach 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we look forward to the rest of the IUP schedule. IUP will be playing a slew of divisional games the remainder of this month. Going up against Mercyhurst next week, then Duquesne, then West Virginia, and then Robert Morris. Kent State and John Carroll rounding out the month of January into early February as well. And then our next longest road trip we have to look forward to will be IUP against Rhode Island Valentine's Day weekend. That will be the final weekend of regular season play. What a season it has been. Certainly a roller coaster up and down, and I think the most exciting thing going into IUP games is really don't know who's going to come away the point producer at the end of the night, but of course the statistics favoring IUP, or at least predictability-wise, as Miller adds to his totals this season. Aggressive play by Fairman as he ties up his man, and Ziemba clears the zone. Good play by the IUP penalty killers, and it continues. Miller trying to do some work and keep the puck in the offensive end. He's bodied down, and the puck loose behind the net. So officially up on the board, it's actually a 7-minute against IUP with 2 players sitting. And we'll see what happens as a result of it. Well, up ice, Fairman after the turnover has Miller in the slot. He elected for the shot, and now behind the net, Fairman collects his own rebound, and he found a Laker in the neutral zone. A whistle stops play back in the Oswego zone. It's, I believe, Hunter Fairman took a huge hit after that pass to the neutral zone.
Yeah, we saw 2 big hits. On the end of that play, Shane Miller was taken down into the board behind the goal. And like you said, there's Hunter Fairman that was subject to a big hit. He's up skating on his own now, which is always a good sight. You know, he's a tough one, and hope to be back.
Yeah, all that snow on his jersey indicative of that fact. He is one of the tougher ones on this Crimson Hawks roster. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't return before the end of this one with a passion, as number 3 normally brings. Now, on that play, there's also been a penalty assessed against Oswego State University. So IUP will still have to kill a penalty after the 2 minutes is up if the scoreboard is to be believed. But in the meantime, it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for almost the remainder of this period. 2:19 to go, and a 2-minute minor assessed to Oswego State University. Brings us to even strength hockey, 4-on-4.
And like you said, is Ryan Duran that, of course, is going to be called with that boarding call against Hunter Fairman. Like you said, 4-on-4 for 1:40.
Adams dancing into the slot, gives it off to Ziemba for the clear shot, and the save ensuing.
See, with this 4-on-4 look, of course, the Hawks looking to take control of that puck early, get it into their own zone. A lot of skating room. 4-on-4, looking to move the puck as much as possible and get that goaltender moving laterally. to open up as many lanes as possible. Certainly the 4 out there have the ability to get it done.
The 2 forwards out there right now, Chase Malloy and Matthew Loza. He is going to take a second and head back as the discussion is occurring in front of the IUP bench. Saw head coach Hanzo's eyes point to the scoreboard at center ice, possibly with some confusion about the penalty showing. Now the face-off win by IUP, and a quick shot by Malloy just skipped wide left of the goal.
And like we said, you saw Jacob Gray leave the box. It's just Spencer Johnston in there for the Crimson Hawks. 5:12 remaining on that penalty, and 1:15 for the penalty against the Lakers.
Now another whistle here. It's a stop by Nathan Gates. I think the Lakers just wanted to push that puck up ice and get an offensive zone draw. Of course, we know how deadly they can be on that play. Now with only 4 guys out there, let's see how it changes. Another aggressive look then. And it's poked away by Fairman. Huge play there by long stick of number 3 back out on the ice after taking that hit right in that area right there.
Just like you said, back out on the ice and out with a full head of steam as well. He came out, of course, disrupted that first initial pass on the blue line. He's doing a little bit more of the same. He looks like he's everywhere.
Along the boards, Hambling trying to glove that one down. It was a Laker that sent it around, and Fairman will hold on to the puck, find Hambling, and move it up ice. Still 30 seconds, 4-on-4. As it's sent into the IUP end, or excuse me, Oswego end, as they control possession. 40 in the period, 20, 4-on-4. Slow pass sent up. A very pedestrian approach to this 4-on-4 period of time. Only 5 seconds in that category when the Oswego State power play will activate. With 19 seconds to go in the period, Crimson Hawks still have about 4 minutes to kill off on the major assessed against Spencer Johnston for that hit earlier. The glove save will stop play.
Well, like you said, we saw that slow pace from the Lakers as they moved through the neutral zone. Sort of looked like they were waiting for a line change, which they had. Shane Miller leaving the ice, and they took advantage of it. Push it into the zone, just like you said. 13 seconds remain. As Gates covers that one up.
Oh, we both thought he was going to, but it was Boker coming away with the puck and clearing it up ice. A turnover behind the net and a bouncing puck in front results in a shot and a save by Gates to close out the period. So some theatrics after the final draw of the period, but in a period where both teams combined for 4 goals, I feel like the Crimson Hawks' 1 goal was a lot louder, that they were able to stop the bleeding and tie it up before the end of the period.
Yeah, exactly that. The momentum was definitely tilted towards the Lakers side of the ice. Like you said, that one just to tie it back up. The Crimson Hawks evened it back out. It feels just like a brand new hockey game as we go into the third, knotted up at 4.
4-4 at the end of 2 periods. We'll be back with the third and final frame of regulation in 15 minutes. And the stage is set. The third final frame of regulation unfolding in front of us as we enter the third period with a 4-4 tie. An IUP penalty kill still has some work to do. 3.5 minutes still against Spencer Johnston. So they'll definitely have a lot of open ice to work with. The Lakers will heading into this period. Hambling with a huge back hit against the boards as he sends his hip straight into the captain, Ryan Durand. He took a tumble but remains out there as he gets to the puck outside the faceoff dot. Looking into the middle, finds his lane behind the net this time. And DeVita gets it out to the point. Hang around with it there. IUP playing very aggressive against the blue line. Converse to what we saw in the first period. They were giving them a lot of point shots. Of course, things changing on the penalty kill. Great save by Gates. He's already had 33 now to start the period. And back out to the right wing. Fairman got a piece of it, and it enters the neutral zone and exits the IUP zone. The Crimson Hawks will take a change. They're first for the penalty kill unit this period.
Alex, I love that hit a couple of moments ago by Eric Hamlin. Great way to come out and set the tone in the third. You said some high-intensity hockey in front of us.
Around the net. Play comes this way. Back to Joubran, who sends one into the slot. It was Rierick who was able to bat that down and clear it out of the zone. Good defensive play there by the forward.
Like you said, it reaches the 155 mark remaining on this penalty, 5-on-4. You said it before, Hawks looking to strengthen up that blue line, even on the penalty kill, to try and produce some more turnovers.
Another aggressive play, too, by the stick of Zach Soy, so they'll try the other side and send one down. It was too hot for Gates to handle, and a rebound couldn't be controlled, so it's Lakers puck in the offensive zone. Turnover, and Zach Soy, no mistake, gets it right on line with the goal, and as he sends it down the ice.
Yeah, certainly a timely clear at that. He needed off the ice as he does, and trades out spots with Kyle Ziemba and Eric Hambling, preparing on the second unit.
Kyle Ziemba looking for the clear, and just off the mark from Fairman, who's chasing this puck, as DiFiore plays it. Around the far side, a poke check by Fairman, still causing problems in the offensive end. Under a minute, the Lakers will have to deal with on the power play. But the BPC penalty kill has already come through strong in the second period. Only gave up one, with multiple times being shorthanded. And with 43 seconds left, a glove save by Gates will stop play.
And we love seeing that work being done by Hunter Fairman in the offensive zone. You know, it really doesn't matter with him. It could be 5-on-5, 5-on-4, it could be 5-on-1 for that matter, and we know, of course, Hunter Fairman is going to give it his all.
And a clear there right off the draw. Great face-off win by Boker as he heads to the bench. And they'll go up the middle. Joubran with the backhanded pass off the boards, trying to find Cardi. Instead, this way it's DeVita. At the point, they play with it here. It's Durand who gets the puck back at the point. Back to Durant, takes the shot. This time, the rebound controlled. 2 consecutive shots stopped by Gates as well. And finally, he gets in there, as do the Crimson Hawks blue line.
And certainly some pleasantries still being exchanged. Not sure who's in the mix down there. There's some late shots applied on the goalie, Gates, which, of course, warranted that reaction from the Hawks. And it looks like it's going to be, I'm not sure, I think it's Eric Hambling was on top of the man.
Yeah,
they were going at it, yeah.
With a little bit more than a face wash behind the net. Ended up toppling his man. It's only going to be, it looks like, a penalty against IUP and one against the Lakers as well, as they send off one of their top guys. You can see him on the screen there. As Carter McWilliams, already with 2 in this game, will sit for 2 minutes.
And
Referees with some discussion at center ice.
just 2 seconds remaining on that major that was assessed to Spencer Johnson in the second period. Certainly, I'm sure he's anxious to get out of the box and get back out on the ice. But with that, Eric Hambling is there to replace him.
Only 2 seconds until that occurs. Some more discussion at this red line. I figured it would just be coincidental penalties and we get back to 5-on-4 action. Some further discussion here. Of course, it's near the end of the power play, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-on-3 for a brief time. As the linesmen separate, and we'll get an official ruling. Just off screen, the referee heading over to the bench offering some explanation to Hawks head coach Joe Honzo.
You see 28th season for Joe Honzo. He gets his explanation, and down towards the bottom of your screen we also see Travis Hyde taking advantage of this break, talking to his guys. The head coach for the Oswego State Lakers, his fourth season with the Lakers. He's had 4 successful ones at that.
So still some discussion. Now the scorer's bench exiting and trying to receive some clarity from the discussion ensuing in front of the Hawks bench, which is now heated up and will include the forwards coach, Tom Glavich, also wrapped up in discussion.
And you know, especially us two up here, we're certainly no stranger to these odd long breaks as officials discuss.
And it always happens after those scrums at the net.
Yep.
Normally it's the result of continuous scrums and longer discussion. I feel like that one behind the net, a little bit of an exception in this game.
Yeah, it seemed like the first one that's sort of spilled over in this game. Of course, these guys are always going to have a word or two to share with the opposition after a whistle, but of course, like you said, that was the first one to exceed. As we see Trent London also heading into the box for the Crimson Hawks.
Now, IUP is going to serve double minor against Eric Hambling. 2 forwards there. Officially on the clock, 2 minutes also showing on the Oswego side as well. So for a brief time, it will be 5-on-3.
That has now been reduced to 2 minutes on Eric Hambling. Still waiting to see the official time on the penalty clock. But as of now, it is 5-on-3 in favor of the Lakers. The 3 out there for the Hawks being Kyle Ziemba, Jeffrey Boker, and Evan Sala, I believe.
Oh, the draw won by IUP, but the Lakers move up with it. Even strength hockey, or at least 5-on-4 for a brief time. We head back to 5-on-4. There's 148 remaining on their power play, and the PPC penalty kill. Along the blue line, they play with the puck. Sent down and back up top. Andrew Carty looking for a lane. He found the pad of Gates instead. Did get the shot off. Well, back out to the point. Duran finds his man in motion. And getting the shot but was denied was Adam Jubran. And Jubran with the pass across ice, able to find DeVita. And it's deflected with a sprawling Kyle Ziemba in the lane. Now he attacks the slot and a turnover. It's forced out of the zone. Halfway through their man advantage already.
Saw a great hustle by that first unit out there, and of course that little bump there by Hunter Fairman, like I mentioned earlier, in the middle of the ice to jar the puck loose. Still killed first about minute 15 of that penalty.
And killed any momentum from that last offensive rush. Now they'll have an opportunity to move up. A puck was sitting there. 9 times out of 10, that's Fairman's. He wasn't able to get it there, just slowing down the momentum. Now it's behind the net. Soy fires one off the boards. Not enough steam to get out of the zone. It's cleared around this way to Laravia. 20 seconds on the PPC penalty kill. And Donovan making no mistake clearing that one up ice, but it stays in at the blue line. Another aggressive play by the defender. Can't get it past the blue line again. Now on the face-off dot. He's trying to cut inside, try to get Gates to move first, and he stands tall. And the clear will head down the ice for 5-on-5 hockey will resume. Finally, just over 5 minutes into this third period.
Yeah, we saw some great work by Gates on that last shot by the Lakers. He stayed true to his fundamentals and, of course, followed him all the way through. He bats that one up into the netting.
So with that puck going out of play, Spencer Johnston, believe, should exit the penalty box and join his bench mates to his left. Still not leaving yet. So we'll have an offensive zone draw for the Lakers. Face off one by the yellow jerseys. And on the far side, it's kept in at the blue line off the pass. Now Deming able to find his way up to Crawford, who fires one around. Forwards with less space to work with, but they're still moving that puck around as Dixon rides his man to the boards. Crawford keeps it in at the blue line and a high shot. Could have very well deflected along the way, but Gates saw it. Gloves it down for a stoppage. His 38th save already with 13 minutes in the third period still to go.
Yeah, he's allowed 4 tonight, but of course, like you said, facing 42 shots, doing a great job keeping his men in it. Take a look over at the bench. Spencer Johnson still in the penalty box, but no penalties assessed on the board. We'll wait to see the situation there.
Hambling gets it from Ziemba and moves it forward, intended for Miola. He settles this one at the red line and will dump it the rest of the way. A bouncing puck find its way behind the net. And the Crimson Hawks forecheckers forcing a turnover, and that one deflected off of Malloy's fan shot. It ended up squeaking through DeFiore and hit the post. And a panicked play, he's able to cover it.
Yeah, and just that, you know, I've said it before, it's those muckers and grinders of the third and fourth line that jar pucks loose and create opportunities out of nowhere. Of course, Chase Malloy, Nathan Miola, and Jordan Adams are the 3 to do it.
So Adams with the puck on the right wing, tried to sauce one to Hambling at the point. Traffic collapsing on that puck, and now it's into the zone. Trying to move around as McWilliams, and a backhander gets it to himself, and now out to the point. Gibran keeping it in, and a turnover there off of McWilliams. Adams clears it the rest of the way. That's going to be icing against IUP. Didn't skate all the way through. The linesman on the near side did see that the puck was on the wrong side of the red line. And IUP's forwards and, well, defensemen that got off as well, for that matter, will have to trot back out there for this defensive zone draw. Face-off won by IUP. The clear goes all the way up to the red line. Adams bats it the rest of the way, and, well, they'll let this one go. And Jubran to find his man, and now it's Duran sending one to the middle. The Crimson Hawks defense, though, not allowing a ton of those cross-ice passes in this third period, certainly not while even strength. And they move up ice. Fairman splits 2 men and continues to go forward. Backhands this one wide of the net. And now behind the net, Brand playing with it. Able to create separation, and a long pass intercepted by Donovan. The tall defenseman steps up on the play, gets the shot off as well. And Miller couldn't get the rebound, so he took his man to the boards. Now, some danger. It's Durant sending it across for the one-timer, and Gates with the save. The rebound unable to be handled for the shot. Lakers control it. Turnover in the offensive end. IUP will progress with it.
And we saw a great job by Sean Donovan there. Of course, he was in that 2-on-1 situation. He took the shot. Of course, he disrupted the stick on that rebound to prevent that goal.
Loza dancing in, somehow got that shot off on his way down to the ice, taking contact from behind. Now it's Miller along the boards in the same area. Trying to poke this puck free, and he does. Able to find Rarick, who tried to bank one off of the netminder, DiFiore. And unsuccessful there. Now up for London. He steps into the slot for the shot. The rebound to the corner. Rarick tried to wrap one for Boker. He was not there. It was the defender instead, Jubran, who will move up with the puck. As he takes it across, it's poked off of him. Stays in, and Rarick will calmly chip one back out to the neutral zone.
It felt like the Crimson Hawks finally starting to find their legs again in their own offensive zone and get the play set up. Of course, trying to produce some more points.
Dixon couldn't get to that puck, and it's controlled still. It's Matro getting it out to the point for the shot. It goes wide. Now the D-man stepping up. It's Kiever behind the net, taking contact. He sees a man up top in Trevor Jubran. Instead, he'll cross ice pass it. And Sela steps up on the play. And the corner. Stick battle there. And the Lakers come away with possession for a quick shot in the face-off dot. Another save by Gates. Now 42 on the night for number 50. As it is sent out of play. I believed it did. The whistle was a little bit delayed. But halfway through this period, this game still tied at 4. Oswego's certainly led more in the shot department this period.
Yeah, with that, of course, the Crimson Hawks trying to push this, the Lakers offense to the outside towards the boards. Saw some of that work by Jeffrey Boker and Evan Sale on that last shift. Of course, they're going to try and limit those high percentage shots from the slot.
Adams times the entry perfectly with Malloy entering the zone, and now it's Chase Malloy behind the net. A multi-point game for number 7 already as he gets this one out to the blue line, and it's turned over. Now danger as McWilliams has it, finds his man, and somehow Gates stayed in front of it. I don't know if the shot went wide, but he was up to the challenge on that one from the point. And Nathan Gates doing his part, keeping his team in this one. Two huge plays.
Yeah, just a circus save down there. Of course, one-on-one. Had him moving laterally across the crease and threw that right leg out. Found the puck. Keeps the score where it's at.
Yeah, the puck ended up just bouncing wide. A dangerous opportunity. The second odd man opportunity that the Crimson Hawks had given up in recent memory this period. On the net. And at the high slot, he lost possession initially, but was able to bat it into the IUP end. Impressive play by number 14 for the Lakers and Braden Palfy. On the side, turnover, and Duran's shot directed wide by Gates. He kept an eye on it as he sees this puck. Another shot, and a pad saved by Gates. Now along the boards. Tie up here. Fairman trying to get possession back, and poke check nearly got that puck free. They still got the shot off. Now it comes out to the high slot, and a great block by Jordan Adams as he struggles to get to the bench after a stinger hit his leg.
Yeah, just a huge hustle play by Jordan Adams, of course, laying horizontally on the ice. Blocked that puck, like you said. He sort of limped to the bench, but got there successfully, and timely play at that.
Yeah, he is still ailing on that IUP bench, as you can see just popped up into the foreground. We continue to play here with 8 minutes to go in this third period. Now they progress it up. Taking the shot, finding it wide of the post was Boutine. Also with a point this game. As it's chipped back this way. Dixon trying to get it to Miller, who tries to clear the zone, unable to. And it's sent back to the corner. Sela now. That's a puck off the boards, and it's kept in at the point. Shot down, blocked in front by his own man as Boutine gets it back. And now at the point they play with it. Good tie up there. Hunter Fairman trying to out-physical his man. He gets taken down on his way into the zone. And we'll see what this call is here. And it's going to be Hunter Fairman. heading off as he was breaking through, trying to get to that puck. And the defender with a routine play. I mean, we see that all the time. The defender knows he's beat on his wing and takes down the forward. And instead, it's Fairman who will serve 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's certainly not happy with that call. Of course, he's breaking loose and had that 1-on-0 opportunity. And we hear some of the messages being shared from the Hawks bench to defend this call. But of course, the stripes are set.
Initially, I thought it might have been an offside whistle. That was why I delayed jumping to IUP penalty. But despite the persistence from the coaches, Crimson Hawks will head to the PPC penalty kill for another time this game. Face-off won by Malloy, but it's going to be Lakers' puck as Hambling ties up his man on the boards again, but gets this one to the blue line. It deflects off a stick and out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, great clear. Of course, this unit's going to have to come out here with a lot of hustle, block up as many lanes as they can, and limit as many opportunities as possible. Big hit there by Eric Hambling as he takes his man to the board.
Yeah, Cardi on the receiving end of it. And it's a couple times this game where he has tried to take the puck into the zone himself. He might think twice about that in the future. Takes a shot, rebound comes out into the slot. And now another block shot. This time it's Chase Malloy trying to deke around his man, unable to, but does see the puck into the offensive zone. Now DeVita. Some work of his own. Gets a shot on. I think Gates got a piece of it as it careens off the boards and cleared down by Jordan Adams.
And we see these Crimson Hawks heading on and off, trying to keep the legs as fresh as possible. There's just under a minute to go on that minor from Hunter Fairman.
Now up ice. Moravia able to find Palfy on the short pass. He puts on the brakes and moves to the outside. Now at the point, Moravia, I should say, kept it in. And now it's Palfy behind or below the goal. And he gets it back. Trying to make a move. He was hit by Miller and a pad save, loud pad save by Gates. The rebound cleared all the way down. Only 20 seconds still for the PPC penalty kill, as they have been stellar since the get-go of this penalty.
Yeah, great job by the forwards, Jordan Adams and Shane Miller, that were out on that unit. Of course, aggressive on that forecheck, knocking as many pucks loose as possible, as it looks like the remainder of that penalty is going to run out.
Oh, that it will. Back to even strength hockey. As sent back into the IUP zone, they'll have a chance to regroup with their regulation 5-on-5 skaters out there. Intercepted on its way out of the zone, and Ziemba steps up and blocks it, moving it up himself. Somewhat redeeming himself after the turnover, now looking for the shot, and he sends it wide of the net. Nobody there to keep it in. It's Boker trying to send it into the slot. He gets it back in the neutral zone. And it's Rierick on the IUP blue line who will send a bouncing pass forward to nobody in particular. Out of the glove of Gates. Dixon with a short pass to find Rierick, and now London the target on the stretch pass off the mark. And instead, it will be icing as Crawford touches for the whistle.
Like you said, icing the call. We'll head back down to the Lakers offensive zone. 5 currently out there: Jeffrey Boker, Trent London, Maddox Rierick. For the forward group, it's going to be Evan Sala and Spencer Dixon on the blue line.
During that power play, the Lakers surpassed 50 shots. Now 51 showing on the board, and the Crimson Hawks will definitely be happy to get out of this third period without giving up any more opportunities in the zone. The Lakers not putting the brakes on yet. Moving it into the middle, it's directed wide of the net. And Adams with a bouncing puck into the middle, nobody there. And a turnover sent the other way. Back into the middle from Cardi. And he'll send it on the backhand to find Crawford, whose puck will deflect out of the zone. 4:07 now remaining in the third period, and another defensive zone draw for IUP.
you said, the Crimson Hawks have to be wary of that dangerous face-off play that the Lakers have been running, which resulted in 2 goals earlier in the game. Of course, getting down into crunch time in this game, as the offensive push starts going for the Hawks.
Adams moving in on goal, takes the shot, and the rebound was sitting there for Malloy. He was a little bit to the inside to be able to handle it. Now a high shot, padded away by Gates. The rebound clears the zone, finds a Lakers stick, and on the laid offside, Soy will control. And now they'll move it forward. Fairman getting it down the ice. DiFiore out to play this one. He settles it there for his defender. And trying to progress it himself. Now moving up with it. Matro with plenty of time, and he picked his shot right in the dead center of the net.
There's all sort of some smart play there from Kyle Ziemba. Opened his hips up and allowed, of course, the defenseman to fire that shot from long distance with no traffic in front. Gates has to love those, especially as the shot counter increases even more.
Now another point shot deflected before it made its way to the net. That won't count as another shot, as it's Miller on this side. Couldn't control the puck as it sped out of the zone ahead of him. Hambling taking his man to the boards. Miller trying to do some defensive work as well. He was able to get the puck initially, and now it's directed to Loza, who moves it forward. Inside the final 3 minutes of the third period, as Fairman had that roll off his stick in the high slot. Now Palfy on offense, cutting inside, and was unable to stay on his skates. Miller circles it back into the IUP end, sent forward up ice, and a line change leads to the turnover. A short pass, as it's Cardi with it now, sending it to the middle, and Gates caught off guard with a quick shot. Was expecting the wraparound opportunity, and instead putting it home right in front of the net. The 5th goal of the game, Jeremy Keys, the 2nd of the night.
Yeah, like you said, he seemed a little surprised and even looked like he made the first initial save, but of course Keys got the toe of his stick on that puck and tucked it behind Gates. Just 2:25 to go, and the Oswego State Lakers have a 5-4 lead.
So a lot with the Crimson Hawks ahead of them in the final 2.5 minutes now in a 1-goal deficit. They will take a timeout on the far side of the ice. 2.5 to go in the third period.
Well, like you said, 2.5. As if it wasn't crunch time before, now it really is for the Crimson Hawks. Of course, we see Coach Joe Honzo and Coach Dom Glavich working with their guys, trying to craft a way to apply more offensive pressure in this final 2:25 to try and knot it back up at 5 and push it to overtime.
Of course, that last power play that was the result of the call against Hunter Fairman certainly shifted a lot of the momentum. I mean, it looked like IUP was starting to get a little bit more offensive pressure going, and since then, they really haven't gotten any zone time in the offensive zone. Then you combine that with how they entered the period shorthanded. They really haven't had 5-on-5 action in the offensive zone all game.
Yeah, exactly that. They really have not had anything fall in their direction. And of course, you have to think, those are the words being shared by the bench of the Lakers to strengthen up the blue line, push them back into their own zone, and they're doing just that with 53 shots on Nathan Gates. Still hold the lead.
I believe that should be 54 shots on him. Well, I digress. Center ice face-off after the goal against. It's going to be Spencer Johnston in the face-off dot. Wearing up, unable to get the draw win. Now into the zone. Hambling gloving this one down, trying to swipe it out to the neutral zone. Instead, Williams handles it behind the net. Putting on the brakes and heading into the wall is Palfy. Of course, the physical play certainly something IUP needs to contribute to, but of course they need to get possession back here. The best way to do that is with the bodies. Yamba rides his man off, and another penalty against IUP.
Yeah, certainly the Lakers just trying to play the possession game and hold control of the puck for as long as possible. And the only way to jar the puck loose, of course, is with physicality. It's Eric Hambling that has that in his toolbox. He used a little too much, and we'll head to the penalty box.
I'm surprised it was Hambling that's going to sit. Of course, it was Ziemba that had the last contact before the whistle and the arm went up. And so the Crimson Hawks without one of their core defensemen for this penalty kill.
Like you said, it looks like it's going to be 4 minutes on the penalty clock against the Crimson Hawks, which of course will run out the remainder of the game. So you only have to wonder what the call officially was. Regardless, the four out there: Hunter Fairman, Kyle Ziemba, Zach Soy, and Spencer Johnson.
So the PPC penalty kill back to work in this third period. Face-off won by IUP. Soy, the nice spin around to control the puck, and now it's pressed up ice. Fairman with the hustle to get to the puck. Now with some open ice, we'll try to move it forward, but it was blocked. Back the other way, DeVita. He'll send one in, gets around Donovan into the corner where he is going to keep that puck as locked down as possible. He gets it back, try to wrap one in on the near side. It's poked out to the point. DeVita gets possession back, checked by Soy along the boards. And DeVita creating some separation, keeping that puck in the corner as they head back to the possession game. A minute remaining in the game as the shot comes down and is saved by Gates. 1:05 officially in the period, 3:11 on the penalty.
And it looks like the Crimson Hawks are going to take their timeout and try and work things out. Certainly the cards stacked against them. They have a tall task here with 1:05 to go.
Yeah, my mistake. I thought they took their timeout after the last goal. I'm wondering what that stoppage was for, but I digress. 1:05 to go in the third period. We are going to step aside. Both teams get ready for the final minute of this thrilling and tight game. Now both teams returning back to the ice as the Crimson Hawks special teams unit certainly has their work cut out for them. Of course, number one on the objective list is keep that out of the crease. And number two is to get possession back as Adams will just clear it down the ice. With 50 seconds to go in the period, down by one the Crimson Hawks are. They are back on their heels. They only have 3 skaters out there at the moment. As it's shot on. I don't know if it actually made its way to Gates or not. And so below the goal line, play continues for the Lakers. Sent into the middle after the physical play. Only 30 seconds in the period remaining. As it's sent wide of the net. Now 20 seconds for IUP as Nathan Gates heads off. Officially now off the boards and taking the shot with no goalie in there. Braden Palfy finally on the board as he has been buzzing in the offensive zone. And he nets it to seal this one as a 6-4 victory for Oswego State and the first of 2 games against IUP.
That's certainly a heartbreaker for the Crimson Hawks. Of course, they had that momentum in the first. They pumped 3 goals on them early. They brought it back in the second, the Lakers. And of course, they took the lead here in the final minutes of the third. Just like you said, we'll be back tomorrow night for yet again another thrilling matchup between these two squads.
So with 8 seconds remaining in regulation, the Lakers will control. And seeing it all the way to the end, Benjamin Kiever holding on to the puck. And he sees his team advance with a win. 6-4 the final. Oswego State University in the first of 2 games. As the Crimson Hawks lose the 3-0 deficit that they had in the first. And they did fight valiantly in the second period, but at the end of the day, third period, too many penalties against. And it sets them behind the 8 ball for a poor result. Great night by Nathan Gates coming out of it. Stopped 49 of 54 shots for the Lakers, as they certainly had no problem pouring the offense on. We'll see if the defense can come out and remedy that tomorrow night. But until then, or until tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock when that game will start. But until then, I'm Alex Donaldson. For Josh Yates, IUP Hockey, we thank you for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow night.